If you've ever watched water flow through a coffee filter, you've seen how a simple paper sheet holds back the grounds while letting the smooth liquid pass through. Now imagine two little organs inside your body, each the size of a fist, working as the most sophisticated filters ever designed. They never rest. Day and night, they quietly clean nearly 50 gallons of blood, pulling out waste, balancing your fluids, and keeping you alive. Yet most of us never think about them until something goes terribly wrong. And here's the surprising truth. Kidney problems often creep in silently, showing no signs until damage is already advanced. That's why today's conversation is so important. I'm Dr. Brian, and welcome to Channel Vital Science for Seniors. Together, we'll explore how to protect these vital organs, strengthen them naturally, and reclaim the freedom to live without fear of decline. Your kidneys are more than waste filters. They are silent conductors in the orchestra of your health. With every beat of your heart, blood flows through them, where they separate what your body needs from what it must discard. They fine-tune blood pressure by adjusting salt and fluid, balance minerals like sodium and calcium that keep your muscles and nerves firing, and even release hormones that spark red blood cell production and protect your bones. When kidneys falter, the entire system stumbles. Protecting them isn't just about avoiding dialysis. It's about preserving your independence, your strength, and your quality of life. When I think about kidney health, I often remember a patient named Maria. She was 67, a retired school teacher who loved gardening. She came to see me because her energy had vanished. She wasn't sleeping well, her ankles were swelling, and she brushed it off as just getting older. But when we ran her labs, her creatinine levels were high, a warning sign that her kidneys were struggling. Maria's story is not unusual. What struck me most was her surprise. She had no idea her kidneys had been under strain for years. This is the mystery of kidney health. It is silent until it's serious. The good news is, just like Maria, there are steps you can take to protect your kidneys and even improve their function, no matter your age. Let's start with the simplest and most overlooked habit: hydration. Imagine your kidneys as rivers that must carry away waste. When the river runs full, waste moves freely. But when it dries up, debris collects and stones form. Staying hydrated gives your kidneys the flow they need. Most older adults do best with 6 to 8 glasses of water a day, though the exact number depends on your body size, activity, and climate. For Maria, it was as simple as keeping a refillable water bottle in her garden. Within months, her energy improved. But hydration is not about overdoing it. Too much water can dilute essential minerals and stress your system. Balance is the key, enough to keep your urine pale yellow, not crystal clear. Food is medicine, and nowhere is this truer than with kidney health. A diet rich in fresh vegetables and fruits acts like a gentle shield, reducing inflammation and protecting delicate kidney cells. Leafy greens, colorful berries, crisp apples, and bell peppers all contain antioxidants, tiny guardians that fight oxidative stress, which is like rust slowly corroding your body's machinery. And here's where it matters for seniors. Eating more fresh produce not only supports your kidneys, but also helps lower blood pressure, one of the biggest threats to kidney function. For those already managing kidney disease, we sometimes adjust to lower potassium foods, like apples, grapes, and cauliflower, to avoid overloading fragile kidneys. Think of it as tailoring your plate so that every bite strengthens rather than strains. Now let's talk about the two villains that quietly sabotage kidneys: salt and sugar. Excess salt raises blood pressure, stiffening and narrowing the vessels that feed your kidneys. Imagine squeezing a garden hose. Over time, the pressure damages the walls. The CDC estimates that most of us consume nearly double the recommended sodium each day, mostly from processed foods, canned soups, and restaurant meals. Reducing salt isn't about eating bland food. It's about using herbs, lemon, and spices to bring flavor alive without the damage. Sugar, on the other hand, is an even sneakier threat. Too much sugar fuels diabetes, which remains the #1 cause of kidney disease worldwide. A study by the Centers for Disease Control revealed that high blood sugar damages the very filters inside your kidneys, leading to protein leaking into urine, an early red flag. Maria had a sweet tooth, but with small swaps, fruit instead of soda, cinnamon instead of sugar, she regained control. Blood pressure deserves a closer look. It is the silent partner in almost every kidney story I've seen. High blood pressure is like a storm battering the kidney's delicate vessels. At first, the damage is invisible, but with time, the filters scar and harden. The best protection is not medication alone, but lifestyle, daily walks, stress management, and meals rich in whole grains, fruits, and lean proteins. One gentleman I cared for, David, age 72, had blood pressure in the danger zone for years. He felt fine, so he resisted change. After a mild stroke, he began walking 30 minutes each morning. 6 months later, not only had his pressure dropped, but his kidney function stabilized. Movement is medicine, and it doesn't require marathons, just steady, enjoyable activity. Healthy fats also play a surprising role. For decades, we feared all fats, but the truth is, the right fats protect your kidneys by calming inflammation and fueling your body without the sugar spikes that harm blood vessels. Olive oil, avocados, nuts, and seeds are wonderful allies. They act like lubrication for your body's machinery. I often suggest to patients, drizzle olive oil on vegetables, add a handful of walnuts to oatmeal, or enjoy half an avocado on toast. These simple pleasures deliver monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats that shield your kidneys while supporting your heart and brain. But no discussion of kidney health would be complete without addressing smoking and alcohol. Smoking narrows the blood vessels that feed your kidneys, robbing them of vital oxygen. Over time, it's like pinching off their lifeline. Alcohol, meanwhile, dehydrates your body, spikes your blood pressure, and forces your kidneys to work overtime. When Maria told me she enjoyed 2 glasses of wine each evening, we worked together to reduce it. Within weeks, her blood pressure readings improved. If quitting smoking or cutting back on alcohol feels overwhelming, seek support. I've seen countless seniors succeed with the right encouragement, proving it's never too late. Exercise, as I hinted earlier, is one of the most powerful tools you have. In 2017, a study published in Kidney International showed that moderate activity improves kidney function and slows disease progression. Exercise lowers blood pressure, balances blood sugar, and enhances circulation, which means your kidneys receive the steady blood flow they need to thrive. I often remind patients, you don't need gyms or complex routines. A 30-minute walk, gentle yoga, or stretching can be transformative. Even light gardening or dancing in the living room can count. The key is consistency. For Maria, her daily time in the garden was not just exercise, it was joy, and joy itself is healing. One hidden danger I must caution against is overuse of painkillers, especially NSAIDs like ibuprofen and naproxen. These drugs reduce inflammation but also reduce blood flow to the kidneys, which can, over time, cause permanent damage. I remember John, a 70-year-old retired mechanic who took ibuprofen daily for back pain. His creatinine climbed steadily, and we realized his kidneys were crying out. With the help of physical therapy and acupuncture, we reduced his reliance on pills and gave his kidneys a chance to recover. If you rely on painkillers daily, talk to your doctor about safer alternatives. Your kidneys will thank you. Sleep might seem unrelated, but it's the quiet repair shop where your body restores itself each night. Poor sleep fuels high blood pressure, weight gain, and stress hormones, all enemies of kidney health. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep. That means keeping a regular bedtime, avoiding caffeine in the evening, and turning off bright screens before bed. For many older adults, even simple rituals, a warm bath, a book, soft music, can transform sleep. And when sleep improves, blood pressure steadies, energy returns, and kidneys thrive. Finally, let me emphasize the importance of regular kidney checkups. Kidney disease is often invisible until advanced, but 2 simple tests can reveal trouble early. A blood test for GFR, which measures how well your kidneys filter, and a urine test for protein leakage. If you have diabetes, high blood pressure, or a family history of kidney problems, these tests are not optional. They are your safety net. Maria's diagnosis came from such a screening, and because we caught it early, she had the chance to protect her kidneys and restore her vitality. So here's the truth. Protecting your kidneys is not about fear. It's about freedom. It's about having the energy to walk with your grandchildren, tend your garden, or travel without worry. Maria is now 70, And when I last saw her, she said, "Dr. Brian, I never thought I could feel this alive again." That is the power of small, consistent choices: hydration, nourishing foods, exercise, better sleep, and mindful habits. Your kidneys are remarkable, but they need your care. And with each step, you are not only protecting your kidneys, you are protecting the life you love. As we close, I want you to remember this. Your kidneys are not fragile, failing organs. They are resilient partners that can serve you well into your later years if given the right support. Every glass of water, every fresh meal, every walk in the sunshine is an act of kindness toward them. Age is not the enemy here. Neglect is. Begin with one change today, then another tomorrow, and soon your health will gather momentum. I'm Dr. Brian, and I believe it's never too late to protect your kidneys and reclaim your independence. Stay hopeful, stay strong,